Hi, my name is Frank White and welcome to another one of my YouTube videos. Today I am going to talk about the full frame sensor as found on this Canon EOS 6D and the crop sensor, which is an APS-C sensor that's found on this Canon T2i. Now, with that said, you may ask, what's the difference between a crop sensor and a full frame sensor, and why would I care? Very simply, the full frame sensor allows you to record more data, more information than a crop sensor. And let me try to put it in perspective like this. Let's say you have two 20 megapixel cameras. One is a crop sensor and the other is a full frame sensor camera. Well, if they're both 20 megapixel and I got a larger surface on the full frame camera to fill up 20 megapixels, then it stands to reason that on the crop sensor camera, the megapixels have to be smaller to fill the relatively the same space. So if I draw a square, and in that square I've got 4 circles, and I draw a larger square and I still got 4 circles, then the circles in that larger square would have to be bigger to fill the same space. And that's the way the sensors work on full frame cameras. So I'm actually having larger megapixels in a full frame camera, which it stands to reason they can capture more light or record more data. Okay, so with that said, let's move on. I'm going to take the T2i and the full frame cameras, and I'm going to ultimately load them onto this tripod and show you pictures. But before I do that, I'm going to move the body covers on both cameras and kind of let you look into them. Hopefully you can see the difference in the mirrors that approximates the size of the sensors. So with that, let me put the body caps down. Okay, so this is the full frame mirror and this is the crop sensor. So hopefully you can get a really good picture of what they look like, and I'm turning them so that the sun can really show you the difference in the size of the sensors. See? Okay. So at this point I've got the crop sensor camera mounted on the tripod, and the plan is to take a picture of the scene with the crop sensor on the tripod. I got the tripod locked down, so after I take the picture with the crop sensor, then I'm going to mount the full frame camera and take a picture with it too. And I'm going to put up the crop sensor, put up the pictures as I take them so that you can see the differences, and then I'm going to show them to you side by side. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a picture with the crop sensor camera. And got that one. Now, through the magic of video, I'm gonna miraculously make this one a full frame. Doo-doo! And there you go. Now, Watch I miraculously make this full frame camera a wad of $100 bills stacked from here to there on top of this tripod. It didn't work. Well, anyway, so since it didn't work, I guess what I need to do is just go ahead and take a picture with this camera with the same settings that I used with the last camera. And let's go ahead and take the picture on the full frame camera. Also, I should mention that with the larger size sensor, uh, it's capturing, in addition to it capturing more information, then it's also capturing that information from a larger area. As you can, you, as you see from the pictures, how much more area a full frame sensor would capture with everything else being equal. So I hope I've been able to help you understand or explain somewhat what the difference is between the full frame camera and a crop sensor camera is. I own both. Both of them take excellent pictures. I generally use my crop sensor camera for video. I'm actually recording on a Rebel T4i, and I also use my crop sensor camera when I'm going to shoot fast action, like my daughter's soccer games, and if I'm going birding or looking for wildlife or anything of the sort. Full frame, I tend to want to use that for my landscape work, for my portrait work, and just about anything in between. In fact, I find myself being conflicted with when I want to go out and just take some general pictures, which camera body I want to use. One thing that's worth noting is that lenses, at least in Canon's case, lenses that are made specifically for the crop sensor cameras, or the APS-C cameras, cannot be used on the on the full frame bodies. Let me say that again. The lenses that are specifically made for the crop sensor cameras, at least by Canon, cannot be used on the full frame bodies because they physically won't fit, and trying to force them, you run the risk of damaging the mirror that's in front of your sensor. So with that said, those lenses that won't work on a full frame body are, to say that again, those lenses that won't work on the full frame body are the lenses that's designated with the dash S. An EF-S lens is specifically made for the crop sensor body. Now, there are some excellent EF-S lenses out there. Specifically, what comes to mind is the 17 to 55 millimeter EF-S lens. Now, I do find that some of my DI lenses for that Sigma made, even if they are made specifically for the crop sensor body, will fit the full frame body. So you know, if you do use a DI lens on a full frame, be sure to take a close look at it to make sure that it's built the same as a EF mount lens. And with that, guys, thank you for watching my YouTube video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That helps other people like it and helps people find my videos in the YouTube search engines. Leave a comment if you have any questions or comments on this subject, and don't forget to subscribe. If you're going to shoot anybody today, shoot them with a Canon or a camera of your choice. Happy shooting.